You've been listening, really listening, waiting for direction, waiting for reassurance, waiting for anything. But the sky feels quiet, and the silence feels loud. A question keeps rising in your chest. What if God isn't speaking to me anymore? You don't say it out loud because silence doesn't look like pain to other people. They see you functioning, working, smiling when needed, but they don't hear the conversations you have at night when your thoughts get heavy and your prayers feel unfinished. You replay moments where you thought God was close, where answers came quickly, where life felt guided. Now, it's different. You pray the same prayers, but they don't echo back, and you wonder, am I missing something? Did I do something wrong? Silence has a way of stirring old fears. You start questioning your decisions, your timing, your faith. You feel guilty for doubting, afraid of admitting you're tired, embarrassed for wanting reassurance again. You've tried staying faithful. You've tried being patient. You've tried trusting without understanding. But trying without feedback is exhausting. And slowly, quietly, a heavier thought creeps in. If God cares, why does he feel so distant right now? Not angry, not rebellious, just worn down from hoping without clarity. But what if silence doesn't mean neglect? What if it doesn't mean abandonment, or punishment, or delay? What if silence is actually a different kind of communication? What if God isn't quiet because he has nothing to say, but because what he's doing can't be explained yet? Here's something most people never tell you. God doesn't always speak before he works. Sometimes he works first and explains later. Think about growth for a moment. Nothing grows loudly. Roots form underground. Strength builds invisibly. Foundations settle in silence. When God goes quiet, it's often because he's working beneath the surface. You hear nothing, because something deeper is being built. Not answers, but endurance. Not clarity, but stability. Not direction, but readiness. God's silence is never careless. While you feel unsure, he is being precise. While you feel forgotten, he is being protective. God sees things you can't yet see, paths you're not ready to walk, weights you're not ready to carry. So he slows the process. He quiets the noise, not to frustrate you, but to prepare you. God doesn't rush people he loves. He shapes hearts gently, patiently, safely. Even when you feel distant, he remains close. Even when you feel unsure, he remains steady. And sometimes, the best way to understand this is to look at a life that went through silence and came out stronger. This is the story of Job. Job was a man who had everything: a large, happy family, fields filled with animals, workers who counted on him, a life that by every measure was blessed. He didn't just follow the rules. He cared deeply. He prayed for his children after every celebration, not because he suspected them, but because he loved them, just in case. And then everything changed. Raiders came and took his animals. Fire destroyed the fields. Another attack stole more. And finally, a storm collapsed the home where his children were celebrating, and they died. Job didn't curse God. He didn't yell or rebel. He fell to the ground in grief, and he worshipped. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. But it wasn't over. Pain covered his body, sores from head to toe. Even his wife, broken by grief, whispered, "Why keep believing?" Job looked at her and said, "If we accept the good, must we reject the hard?" He cried. He wrestled. He questioned. He even wished he had never been born. And in the middle of that silence, God spoke. Not to explain everything, not to remove the pain, but to show Job the bigger picture. "Where were you?" God asked, "when I laid the foundations of the earth? When I told the oceans where to stop? When I placed the stars?" Job understood then. This wasn't about punishment. This wasn't about worth. It was about trust, faith that holds even when life doesn't make sense. And in time, God restored Job's life. More than before, family returned, joy returned, life returned. Job lived long enough to see generations grow. He understood what we're learning in silence. Endurance is built quietly. Faith is strengthened in waiting. And sometimes, the silence isn't absence. It's preparation. So if you're in a quiet season right now, don't rush it. Don't force clarity. Don't pressure yourself to feel something. God hasn't stepped away. He hasn't stopped listening. He hasn't changed his mind about you. The silence is not the absence of love. It's evidence of care. One day, you'll look back and realize the quiet strengthened you. The waiting shaped you. The silence prepared you. And when God speaks again, you'll hear him more clearly than ever, because you learned how to listen. Even when there were no words, you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are being prepared. Even now, especially now. If this story spoke to you, hit the subscribe button and share this video with someone who might need encouragement today. Don't forget to click the bell so you never miss the next video.